Welcome to my channel Pocket Change Coins, because, as you know, old is gold. Some of the rarest coins worth big money could be hiding in your hands right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch till the end. Let's dive in. First, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating, highly sought after, and incredibly valuable coins ever to come out of the 50 State Quarters program, the Maryland State Quarter dollar coin from the year 2000. If you've ever come across this coin in your pocket change or tucked away in an old coin jar, you might just be sitting on a rare and valuable gem that could change your life forever. The Maryland 2000 State Quarter isn't just any ordinary coin, it's a symbol of American history, pride, and craftsmanship. Released as part of the wildly popular 50 State Quarters program launched by the U.S. Mint, this coin commemorates the state of Maryland with a beautifully detailed design that reflects the state's rich heritage. On the reverse, it features the stunning Maryland State House dome, the oldest state capitol still in continuous legislative use, along with the inscription, "The Old Line State," a nickname honoring Maryland's soldiers in the Revolutionary War. This combination of artistic beauty and historical significance already makes it a coin worth cherishing, but what takes it to the next level is its rarity and the presence of unique, valuable minting errors. Now let's talk about what makes this particular coin skyrocket in value: the errors and die varieties that were unintentionally created during the minting process. That's right, these weren't intentional designs, they were rare minting anomalies that slipped through the cracks and made their way into circulation, making them highly prized among serious collectors. Some of the most sought-after error versions of the Maryland 2000 quarter include off-center strikes, double die obverse, broad strikes, clipped planchets, and struck-through grease errors. Each of these unique flaws adds a layer of rarity and value to the coin, and collectors will pay top dollar to add them to their collections. One of the most eye-catching errors to look out for is the double die obverse. This error results in a noticeable doubling of the lettering or design elements on the front of the coin, especially around "Liberty, in God We Trust," and the date, 2000. If you spot this doubling, congratulations, you may have found an exceptionally valuable piece. Another rare anomaly is the off-center strike, where the coin is misaligned during minting, causing part of the design to be cut off. Depending on how dramatic the misalignment is, these coins can be extremely valuable and in high demand. And don't forget about struck-through errors, where foreign materials like grease or metal shavings interfere with the die, causing unusual textures or missing details. These strange, unintentional markings make a coin stand out and turn ordinary quarters into extraordinary collectibles. Collectors and coin experts are always on the hunt for these unique versions of the Maryland 2000 quarter, and their value has only gone up over the years as more people recognize their scarcity. These error coins are not just hard to find, they're nearly impossible to replicate, which makes them true one-of-a-kind treasures. With interest in rare state quarters at an all-time high, especially among new and seasoned collectors alike, the market for these rare Maryland quarters has exploded, and demand continues to soar with each passing year. Many of these coins have gone on to fetch incredible prices at auctions and private sales, surprising even the most experienced numismatists. Recent listings and reports have confirmed that collectors have paid thousands of dollars for top-grade era Maryland quarters. And the best part? These coins are still out there in the wild, sitting in change drawers, forgotten piggy banks, old collections, or even in circulation. That's why it's so important to check your coins carefully and know what to look for. You might just stumble upon something truly spectacular. What makes this even more thrilling is how easy it can be to overlook such a valuable coin. A simple error or imperfection could mean the difference between a 25-cent coin and a small fortune. If you're new to collecting, or even if you've been collecting for years, now is the time to revisit your stash and start paying close attention to your state quarters, especially those from the year 2000. The Maryland State Quarter isn't just a collectible, it's a potential goldmine hiding in plain sight. So, how much can this rare and beautiful Maryland 2000 State Quarter actually be worth? Well, here's where things get truly exciting, because one pristine, uncirculated Maryland quarter with a highly rare and dramatic minting error recently made headlines in the collector world when it was sold for a jaw-dropping $98,000 at a private auction. Yes, you heard that right, $98,000 for a single $quarter coin. That's the kind of discovery that makes this hobby so thrilling and rewarding. Now imagine finding a coin like that in your own collection. It could happen to anyone, and that's what makes this such an exciting opportunity. So be sure to take a close look at your coins, inspect every detail, and don't be afraid to seek out a professional appraisal if you think you've found something special. Whether you're a lifelong collector or just starting your coin journey, the Maryland 2000 quarter is one coin you absolutely don't want to overlook. Second rare coin, we're talking about the incredible Rhode Island State $quarter coin from 2001. This coin might look ordinary at first glance, but some rare versions of it have been discovered to be worth a fortune, and if you're lucky enough to find the right one, you could be holding a true treasure in the palm of your hand. The Rhode Island quarter was released in 2001 as the 13th coin in the historic 50-state quarter series, a program that captured the attention of millions of collectors and history buffs across the nation. Featuring the image of a vintage sailboat gliding through the open waters of Narragansett Bay with the iconic Pell Bridge in the background, the design is not only stunning, it perfectly symbolizes the ocean state's deep maritime roots and rich coastal history. This beautiful imagery makes the Rhode Island quarter a standout piece in any collection, but for some lucky collectors, it's much more than just a work of art. It's a high-value coin hiding in plain sight. What makes certain Rhode Island 2001 quarters incredibly valuable are the rare minting errors and die varieties that occurred during production. These are not mistakes that make a coin less desirable. On the contrary, these anomalies are exactly what collectors crave. Errors such as double die obverse, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, broad strikes, and struck through grease or debris are just some of the jaw-dropping variations that can be found on this coin, and every single one of these increases the value tremendously. The rarity of these errors adds to the allure of the coin and makes it a hot commodity in the collector's market. Let's talk about one of the most fascinating and sought-after errors on the Rhode Island quarter, the double die error. This occurs when the die that strikes the coin has a slight misalignment, resulting in a doubling of the lettering or design elements. If you carefully examine the words United States of America, E pluribus unum, or even the date, 2001, and notice any signs of shadowed or doubled impressions, you might be holding a valuable double die variety. Another collector favorite is the off-center strike, where the design is misaligned during minting. This creates a visually stunning coin that's missing parts of the design but is incredibly rare and often highly prized by numismatists. There are also examples of clipped planchet errors, where a portion of the coin appears to have been cut off, creating a dramatic curve or missing section. These are hard to come by and always spark interest at coin shows and auctions. Meanwhile, broad strikes can give the coin a stretched or flattened appearance, while struck-through errors, where foreign materials interfere with the minting process, create ghost-like impressions or incomplete designs that are truly one-of-a-kind. Each of these errors adds an element of uniqueness that can take a quarter from simple change to an extraordinary investment. The popularity of error coins has exploded in recent years, and Rhode Island quarters with these features are at the center of attention. Collectors around the world are eagerly searching for these elusive variations, and the demand continues to grow every day. With the rise of online marketplaces and auction platforms, these coins have been selling for remarkable amounts, some even reaching record-breaking prices thanks to their rarity and condition. The coin collecting community is buzzing with excitement over these error coins, and for good reason. They're not only beautiful and rare, but they also represent a moment in minting history that can never be recreated. If you're wondering how to tell if your Rhode Island 2001 quarter is a rare treasure, start by inspecting the coin under good lighting or with a magnifying glass. Look closely at the details of the sailboat, the bridge, the text, and the edges of the coin. Any signs of doubling, misalignment, unusual shapes, or missing details could be your clue to something incredibly valuable. And always remember, condition matters. Coins that are in mint state or uncirculated condition, with sharp details and minimal wear, will always attract more attention and higher offers from collectors. This is where it gets really exciting, because among these rare and extraordinary Rhode Island quarters, one special coin made headlines after it was sold for an absolutely stunning price in a private sale. That's right, a Rhode Island State quarter from 2001 with a rare error and in top-tier condition was sold for a jaw-dropping $76,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $76,000 for a single $quarter-dollar coin. This proves just how valuable and life-changing these coins can be if you know what to look for and take the time to examine your collection, so the next time you come across a 2001 Rhode Island quarter, don't overlook it, because that seemingly ordinary piece of change could be your golden ticket. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just getting started, the thrill of discovering a rare coin like this is what makes the hobby so magical. You never know what's hiding in your pocket, your change jar, or an old coin collection passed down through the family. Your fortune might be closer than you think. Third expensive coin. Spotlight shines on one of the most powerful and visually stunning coins in recent U.S. minting history, none other than the Gettysburg National Military Park Quarter from 2011. This isn't just another coin in the America the Beautiful series, it's a tribute to courage, sacrifice, and a turning point in American history. But here's the twist, some of these quarters aren't just historically significant, they're extremely rare and potentially worth thousands of dollars thanks to unique minting errors and exceptional demand from collectors. Released in 2011 as part of the U.S. Mint's America the Beautiful Quarters program, the Gettysburg Quarter honors the legendary Civil War battlefield located in Pennsylvania, a site remembered for its crucial role in preserving the Union. The reverse of the coin features a breathtaking design that captures the 72nd Pennsylvania Infantry Monument, a bold figure frozen in a moment of action and honor. This detailed depiction speaks to the spirit of those who fought for freedom, making this quarter more than just currency, it's a tribute cast in metal. And while millions of these coins were minted for circulation, only a rare few possess the errors and qualities that make them incredibly valuable to collectors around the world. What makes the 2011 Gettysburg Quarter so fascinating is the handful of rare minting errors and variations that have been discovered over the years. These aren't your typical factory flaws, these are collectible treasures that serious numismatists will pay top dollar to own. Among the most coveted are double die obverse errors, where elements like the inscriptions or the design show clear and dramatic doubling under magnification. The words, United States of America, In God We Trust, or even the date, 2011, may appear slightly shifted or shadowed. These visual clues are signs you found a double die, and that means serious value. Another spectacular and rare variety is the off-center strike, where the design doesn't land in the center of the coin, leaving parts of the scene missing or shifted toward the edge. These errors can vary in severity, but the more dramatic the off-center alignment, the more valuable the coin becomes. Then there are struck-through errors, where something like grease, fiber, or even small metal shavings interfered with the minting process and left behind unique marks or missing portions of the design. These struck-through coins are one-of-a-kind and drive collectors wild, especially when they appear on a historically significant quarter like Gettysburg. You might also encounter die cracks or cuts, which look like raised lines or blobs of metal caused by a damaged die. These small imperfections might seem like flaws to the untrained eye, but to collectors, they're evidence of a coin's unique identity, a fingerprint from the minting process that sets it apart from millions of others. Combine that rarity with a powerful design and historical meaning, and you've got a coin that's not just collectible, it's highly desirable and valuable. The Gettysburg Quarter holds a special place in the hearts of history buffs and coin collectors alike, and demand for pristine and error-marked versions is climbing higher each year. Especially in uncirculated or mint-state condition, these coins become extremely sought after, and if yours has one of the rare errors, it could be worth far more than you'd ever expect. Coin dealers and collectors are always on the lookout for these rarities at auctions and trade shows, and some of the most dramatic examples have fetched jaw-dropping prices when the right buyer enters the scene. So how can you know if your Gettysburg 2011 quarter is the rare kind? Start by inspecting the coin carefully with a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. Look for any doubling of letters or numbers, anything unusual in the strike, misaligned edges, or textures that feel inconsistent with the rest of the coin. The more visible the error, the more valuable your coin could be. And don't underestimate the importance of the coin's condition. Coins graded in mint state, MS, condition, especially MS 65 or higher, can command even greater attention and value in the collecting world. And now for the moment that's been keeping you on the edge of your seat. Just how much could a rare, error-filled, high-grade Gettysburg Quarter from 2011 actually be worth today? Well, hold on to your coin trays, because one of these rare gems recently made waves in the numismatic community when it sold at auction for a staggering $35,000. Yes, that's right, $35,000 for a single Gettysburg Quarter with a rare minting error and exceptional preservation. That kind of return turns an ordinary 25-cent piece into a life-changing discovery, so what are you waiting for? Go check your coin jars, your change drawers, and those forgotten rolls of quarters. You never know where one of these incredible coins might be hiding. This isn't just about collecting, it's about discovering history, unlocking value, and experiencing the thrill of the hunt. If you've come across a Gettysburg Quarter with a strange feature or just want to share your coin story, we'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below, ask questions, or tell us about your collection. We're here to celebrate and explore with you. Especially, we're turning the spotlight on one of the boldest, most iconic, and unexpectedly valuable quarters from the U.S. 50-state quarters program, the Nevada State Quarter from 2006. This stunning coin not only celebrates the Silver State's wild spirit and rich heritage but also holds the potential to bring a serious payout if you happen to find the right version of it. So sit back, listen closely, and get ready for a wild ride through the world of rare coin collecting that might just change the way you look at every quarter you come across. Released as the 36th coin in the 50-state quarter series, the Nevada Quarter made its debut in early 2006 and immediately stood out with its striking reverse design. The image features three majestic wild Mustangs galloping across the desert landscape, symbolizing the untamed beauty and independent spirit of Nevada. Above them is a rising sun and a banner reading, "The Silver State," surrounded by sagebrush, the state flower. This dramatic scene isn't just beautiful, it tells a story, capturing the wild heart of Nevada in a way that makes this coin unforgettable and a standout in any collection. But beauty isn't the only thing that makes this coin valuable. It's the rare minting errors and special characteristics that truly turn this quarter into a hidden treasure. While millions of Nevada quarters were minted for everyday circulation, only a small number contain the kinds of unique flaws and striking anomalies that serious collectors crave. These special versions are incredibly hard to find, and their rarity is exactly what makes them so desirable and so valuable in the world of numismatics. Among the most sought-after error types is the famous double die error, which can cause visible doubling in the letters or numbers on the coin. If you spot any extra thickness or overlapping shadows in the words "United States of America, Nevada," or 2006, you might be looking at one of these incredibly rare variants. These errors are caused during the minting process when the die strikes the coin more than once but in a slightly misaligned position. The result? A coin that collectors dream of finding and will pay top dollar to own. Another rare and captivating error to look out for is the off-center strike, where the entire design is pushed away from the center of the coin, creating a partially blank space on one side and an uneven border around the rim. This error is extremely noticeable and very rare, especially on a coin that's in good condition. The more off-center the strike, the more unusual and valuable the coin becomes. Combine that with the beautiful Nevada imagery and you've got a true collector's prize. Don't forget about clipped planchet errors, where a portion of the coin is missing due to a misfeed in the blanking machine. This creates a clean, curved clip along the edge of the coin, making it instantly recognizable and highly collectible. And then there's the struck-through error, which happens when foreign material like grease or wire gets between the die and the blank coin, leaving behind a strange texture or incomplete design. These unique features make each coin one of a kind and are prized by collectors looking to add something truly special to their collection. In recent years, demand for error coins has skyrocketed as more collectors enter the hobby and begin hunting for hidden treasures in their spare change. The Nevada Quarter, with its powerful design and historical significance, has become a favorite target for collectors, especially when error varieties are involved. Auctions and private sales have seen some of these rare pieces sell for impressive amounts, and the buzz continues to grow as collectors share their discoveries and search for the next big find. So how do you know if you have one of these rare and valuable Nevada quarters? Start by examining the coin closely under a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. Pay attention to the fine details, look for doubling in the letters, unusual spacing, missing design elements, or anything that seems off compared to a standard coin. The clearer and more dramatic the error, the more valuable your coin could be. And remember, coins in mint state condition, especially those that have been carefully preserved and show little to no signs of wear, are always more valuable than those that have been heavily circulated. Now, let's get to the exciting part, the kind of news that every collector dreams of hearing. One rare Nevada quarter from 2006, featuring a dramatic minting error and preserved in exceptional condition, recently captured the spotlight in a private auction and sold for an astonishing $49,000. That's right, $49,000 for a single quarter that someone could have easily overlooked in everyday change. It just goes to show that these rare coins are not only out there, but they are also highly valuable and in massive demand from collectors around the world. So now it's your turn. Take another look at your quarters, check those old coin rolls, and don't underestimate the potential of that shiny Nevada quarter you've been holding on to. You could be one close inspection away from discovering a life-changing treasure. If you found an unusual Nevada quarter or have any questions about your collection, we'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and share your story. Your find could be the next great coin we feature right here. Next coin, we're about to uncover the story behind one of the most powerful and patriotic quarters ever released by the United States Mint, the incredible Fort Mckenry National Monument and Historic Shrine Quarter from 2013. This coin isn't just a piece of change, it's a celebration of American courage, national pride, and enduring freedom. And here's the exciting part. Some special versions of this quarter have become highly valuable collectibles, fetching thousands of dollars on the market thanks to extremely rare minting errors and their rising demand among collectors. So buckle up, because this is a coin story you absolutely don't want to miss. The Fort Mckenry quarter was released as part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, an extraordinary series that honored national parks and historical landmarks across all 50 states and U.S. territories. This particular coin pays tribute to Fort Mckenry in Maryland, the site of the famous 1814 battle that inspired Francis Scott Key to write "The Star-Spangled Banner," the national anthem of the United States. The reverse design of the coin is both dramatic and deeply moving, showing the fort under a fireworks-filled sky, a visual symbol of celebration and American resilience. It's a coin that feels alive with history and meaning, making it an essential addition to any serious collection. But what turns this patriotic coin into a hidden treasure worth thousands isn't just its design, it's the presence of rare minting errors and die varieties that collectors dream of finding. While millions of Fort Mckenry quarters were minted, only a tiny number were struck with flaws that turned them from simple currency into rare collectibles. These error coins are incredibly scarce, and that's exactly what makes them so valuable. They're not just coins. They're rare moments in minting history that slipped through unnoticed and now hold immense collector appeal. One of the most eye-catching and desirable errors found on the Fort Mckenry quarter is the double die error, which occurs when the coin is struck twice by a misaligned die, causing the letters or numbers to appear doubled. If you carefully examine the text, especially United States of America, E pluribus unum, or even the date 2013, and notice any signs of shadowing or duplication, you might be looking at a double die error. These are among the most sought-after minting flaws and can dramatically increase the coin's value, especially in uncirculated condition. Another stunning and highly collectible mistake is the off-center strike, where the design is shifted off the middle of the coin, leaving part of it blank or uneven. The more extreme the misalignment, the more valuable the coin becomes, especially when the date and mint mark are still visible. Imagine finding a Fort Mckenry quarter where the flag and fireworks scene is pushed off to one side. It's an error that not only grabs attention but also commands high prices in the collector world. Also worth looking for are clipped planchet errors, where a portion of the coin is missing due to a mistake in cutting the metal blank. These curved clips are immediately visible and are considered rare and desirable by collectors. Then there are struck-through errors, where a foreign object like grease or debris interfered with the striking process, leaving behind unusual textures or missing parts of the design. Each one of these flaws makes a Fort Mckenry quarter unique and much more valuable than its 25-cent face value. Collectors and experts are constantly on the lookout for these rare versions of the Fort Mckenry quarter, and interest has only grown in recent years. The combination of its deep patriotic significance and scarcity of error coins has made it one of the standout issues in the America the Beautiful series. Auctions, coin shows, and online sales have seen dramatic prices paid for these rare versions, especially for coins in near-perfect condition with certified grading. These aren't coins that go unnoticed, they're in high demand and continue to rise in value as more collectors recognize their importance. To check if you have a valuable Fort Mckenry 2013 quarter, start by inspecting every detail under a magnifying glass. Look at the lettering, the fireworks, the flag, the fort itself, and the edges of the coin. Any doubling, misalignment, strange markings, or missing features could mean you have something special. And don't forget, coins in mint state, especially those graded MS-65 and higher, are always worth more than those that have seen years of circulation. If you think you have one, it may be worth getting it authenticated and graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. Now here's the part that gets every collector excited: just how much can a rare Fort Mckenry quarter from 2013 actually be worth? Well, one exceptional example with a rare double die error and preserved in pristine condition was recently sold through a private collector auction for an astounding $30,000. Yes, that's right, $30,000 for a single quarter that could easily go unnoticed in a handful of change. This just shows how powerful and valuable a rare error coin can be when paired with such a meaningful design and historical story. So if you haven't looked through your coin collection recently, now is the perfect time. Check those coin jars, roll up those quarter stacks, and pay special attention to any 2013 Fort Mckenry quarters you might come across. You never know when that small piece of metal in your hand might turn out to be a priceless piece of history. And if you found a Fort Mckenry quarter with unusual features, or you just have questions about your coins, we'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and join the conversation. Last unique coin. Discover one of the most overlooked yet highly valuable coins in the entire America: the beautiful quarter series, the Perry's Victory and International Peace Memorial Quarter from 2013. This isn't just a piece of pocket change. It's a bold tribute to American naval triumph, peacekeeping, and national strength, and for some lucky collectors, it's also a rare and valuable find that could be worth thousands of dollars. That's right. A single Perry's Victory quarter could turn out to be one of the most profitable surprises hiding right under your nose. The Perry's Victory quarter was released in 2013 to honor the monumental site in Ohio that commemorates Commodore Oliver Hazard Perry's heroic role in the Battle of Lake Erie during the War of 1812. This site also stands as a symbol of long-lasting peace between nations, especially between the United States, Canada, and the United Kingdom. The coin's design is powerful and majestic. It features a tall, slender depiction of the memorial column in the background and a commanding image of Commodore Perry in the foreground. It's a coin that carries real historical weight, and when you hold it in your hand, it feels like you're holding a piece of America's proud past. Now, let's talk about what really excites coin lovers: the rare errors and die varieties that can take this already iconic coin and turn it into a small fortune. While millions of Perry's Victory quarters were produced, only a few possess the striking minting flaws that make them incredibly rare and highly valuable to collectors. These errors don't lower the value of the coin, they multiply it. In fact, collectors actively search for these mistakes because each one represents a rare moment in U.S. mint history that was never meant to happen, and that makes them prized possessions. One of the most desired minting errors found on this coin is the double die error, which can appear as doubling on the inscriptions or parts of the design. Imagine spotting a Perry's Victory quarter and noticing that United States of America, or E pluribus unum, looks doubled or thicker than normal. That's no ordinary quarter. That's a rare variety that collectors will pay top dollar for, especially if the coin is in near mint condition. Another extraordinary error is the off-center strike, where the design is shifted away from the center of the coin, creating a dramatic and unmistakable appearance. These off-center quarters are some of the most eye-catching and valuable pieces in any collection. Let's not forget about clipped planchet errors, where a small crescent-shaped portion of the coin is missing due to a miscut before striking. These are very easy to spot, extremely rare, and in high demand. There are also struck-through errors, where debris or grease interfered during the minting process and left behind strange impressions, distortions, or even missing parts of the design. These types of errors are especially valuable when they occur on the high-relief areas like Perry's figure or the text, because they stand out and are nearly impossible to replicate. Every one of these rare flaws turns a standard Perry's Victory Quarter into something extraordinary, and demand for them is growing rapidly. In recent years, collectors have been keeping a close eye on coins from the America the Beautiful series, and the Perry's Victory Quarter has risen through the ranks as one of the most interesting and desirable finds. As more collectors enter the hobby and search through their change, the competition for these rare error coins becomes fiercer, which only drives the value higher. When the right coin appears at auction, you can expect aggressive bidding from experienced collectors eager to add it to their collection. So, how can you tell if you have one of these valuable Perry's Victory Quarters? Start by examining every detail of the coin using a magnifying glass or a coin loupe. Look for doubling in the letters and numbers, any unusual spacing, or design misalignments. Also, check the edge of the coin for planchet clips or other irregularities. If you see anything that looks out of the ordinary, anything that makes your quarter different from the rest, you might be holding something far more valuable than you realized. And if that coin is in uncirculated or mint state condition, your odds of having a high-value rarity increase dramatically. And now comes the part that collectors wait for, the incredible value potential of this coin. One rare Perry's Victory Quarter, featuring a dramatic double die error and in superb condition, recently caught the attention of multiple serious bidders and ultimately sold for a breathtaking $34,000. Yes, you heard that right, $34,000 for a single quarter that someone may have once received in everyday change. It's proof that hidden treasures still exist out there, and it shows the power of knowing what to look for and taking the time to inspect your coins, so don't miss your chance to uncover a piece of American history and possibly a financial windfall. Search your change, revisit your collection, and pay special attention to any 2013 Perry's Victory Quarter you come across. You never know, your next big find might be just a coin jar away. And if you've already discovered a Perry's Victory Quarter with unusual features, or if you're unsure about one in your collection, we want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and share your experience or ask your questions. We love connecting with fellow collectors and celebrating these incredible finds together. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of rare and valuable coins, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a single discovery. Thanks for watching, stay curious, and as always, happy collecting.